All right, so hello and welcome everyone to Unicorn Battles edition brought by Startup Networks, Duke and Fuco Blockchain Clubs, One More Fund, Access and Gain Ventures. My name is Sergey Kustadinov. I'm a Duke MBA alum and partner at Gain Ventures and One More Fund. Tonight, my co-host is Javi Casada Serra, MBA candidate at Duke, scientist, entrepreneur, and gamer. A person to watch on his career, on his next career moves.
Too nice.
Yes. So this is our third Web3 crypto fintech pitch competition. We already have a track record of successful winners. Our September winner got money from YC. So if you win this competition, you'll get exposure to around 1,000 VCs and angels through our network, and you'll get to pitch to the next competition. So, yeah, without further ado, let's introduce our judges. So our first judge is Cam Harvey. He's a little bit here. Cam is a professor of finance at Fuco School of Business, and really, if I try to fit in all his titles and achievements, it won't be enough to fit in 1 hour. So yeah, and he also speaks a lot on the news media about DeFi. Well, but let me highlight some of the things. He's professor of finance at Fuco School of Business, where we're hosting right now all pitches. He serves as partner and senior advisor at Research Affiliates, who oversees over 180 billion in client funds, as well as investment strategy advisor at the Man Group PLC, the world's largest publicly listed global hedge fund provider. He's widely famous for his research on asset allocation, with changing risk and risk premium, and the problem of separating luck from the skill. We'll really need this to separate luck from the skill in today's pitch session. So he is the #1 man in DeFi right now. So he wrote the book DeFi and the Future of Finance, and VCs love his Investor's Guide to Crypto, and he has over 50,000 enrollments in his DeFi course on Coursera. So if you really want to get into DeFi, please go over those courses if you haven't already before preparing to those speeches.
Yeah, absolutely. 50,000 enrollments. He's almost got his own little university going there over at Coursera.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
thank you so much again, Dr. Harvey, for joining us. And next out, we'll be introducing Adam Maestrelli. So he is a partner at the Woodstock Fund, focused on Web3 and Duke alum, just building up the Duke network in terms of blockchain expertise. And he's doing that from IBM. He is here to unlock all the secrets that he might hold. So trust us, if you want to know more about Adam Maestrelli, just hit him up with a quick Google and you'll find everything that you'll need to know.
Yeah. Okay, now I have to check whether we have all the judges. KJ, are you with us? If not, we'll move to presenting other judges and he will join later. Let me present Sujay. Sujay is the Duke Blockchain Club president. He is either going to found a new Coinbase or launch a very popular DeFi protocol. Watch him closely as well. Javi?
Yeah, and then we're also going to be joined by Brian Lee, again, one of our own very other Dukies. He dropped out of Duke, however, to work on Glimpse, which did receive backing from Y Combinator. And he is that Glimpse founder, that Glimpse project that he founded was acquired by Twine. So congratulations to him. Until recently, he has been an investor at Orange DAO, and we're very excited to have him with us today.
Yeah, we have also Natalie. She's from Mantis VC.
Yeah, Natalie is going to be a second-year MBA. She will be joining us. She's from Mantis VC, which is a up-and-coming VC firm, again, focused on blockchain and Web3 technologies. So thanks again, Natalie, for joining us.
Okay, so we've introduced our judges, and Javier, do you have a wallet?
I have several wallets. Phantom wallet. Oh, you mean a physical wallet? Unfortunately, I do still have physical wallet.
No, I mean like a DeFi, non-custodial wallet.
Yes, like I said, Phantom wallet is one of them. Trust wallet, Coinbase wallet. We got a bunch of wallets over here.
Okay, can you send me some of the coins?
Why would I send you some coins?
Well, because I have a Russian name and I ask you to.
You should be sending me some coins then.
Yeah, well, let's hear from Frank, who is really into assigning ratings to different wallets. I mean, should you trust to send me to send to my wallet some of the funds or not? Let's hear from Frank what his startup has to say about this trust problem.
Thanks so much, Frank, for joining us. Let me set you up here front and center.
Thanks for having me.
And by the way, we have 3 minutes for every pitch. It will be timed. I have a little gong here. So 3 minutes into the pitch, you will hear this gong. That means your time is up and it's time for questions. Maximum 5 minutes per Q&A session per startup. Please keep it to the point when answering questions. And the time starts right now. So Frank.
Good afternoon, everyone. Here with the team from Fuqua School of Business. My name is Frank Palella, Fuqua class of 2023, and I'm here speaking on behalf of Metafied. I work in product, and I am a founding team member. Again, here to present Metafied Web3 ratings for everyone. So blockchain and Web3 assets are used by individuals from all corners of the globe and from all finance and technology backgrounds. Some people have access to premium analytical tools that take months or even years to learn, whereas some individuals recently invested in crypto because they heard about the technology forward niece and nephews at the most recent holiday gathering. Given the exponential growth of the sheer number of Web3 blockchains, tokens, NFTs, etc., on the market and the rapid expansion in the industry, one would expect there to be a common tool or metric that everyday investors can access, but there's not. So we're changing that. Double clicking into the current state of the ecosystem, there are over 106 million DEX users, 44% of which lack confidence in Web3. And despite blockchain being so difficult to navigate, there are no current products that look at predictors of value and nothing to help individuals easily understand quality versus type. With that, I'd like to introduce you all to Metafied Rating, a tool that will allow investors of any scale and any experience level to evaluate the near and long-term investment opportunities. The market doesn't only need this, it deserves this easy to understand rating. What is this rating, you may ask? It's a near real-time 0 to 100 score, 100 being the best, and a AAA to Z rating, AAA being the best, that evaluates tokens, wallets, contracts, and portfolios. The numeric score, which is then translated into an alphabetic rating, is generated by a proprietary algorithm that has been developed based on our experience of analyzing crypto and crypto derivative trends and trading experience. Next, let's look into what a Metafied rating actually looks like. So moving left to right here, we start with the ticker. So we have BUSD up front, and then we have a rating vector indicator that depicts how the rating has directionally changed over the past 24 hours, up, down, or unchanged, followed by the rating, the score, and the score change value, which captures the amount that the score has changed over the past 24 hours as well. So far we've talked about the problem, the state of the ecosystem, and the solution. But you might be wondering, Frank, what's Metafied's broader goal? Our goal spans 3 different benefactors: the community, builders, and Metafied. For the blockchain community, we're going to be the standard tool for measuring reliability and quality within Web3. Since Metafied ratings reflect other elements of a particular asset over and above just market cap, builders will get a better sense of usage and community participation of their product or project. Lastly, for Metafied, we aim to use individual scores to create broader indices and risk-adjusted packages of value across the entire blockchain. Here's our team. We had the idea, I tapped on my longtime friend and mentor, Frank Spicer, to help us lead us through the development, along with a very well-experienced CFO in the space to help us launch the product and bring it to the masses. Yeah,
Time is up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Frank. That sounds, like you were saying, to analyze what we need going forward into this market. We could definitely use a rating system. Now I'll have some questions from our judges.
Yeah, I really love to have a rating for my wallet.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is like a centralized rating system like Moody's.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and the algorithm is proprietary, it's not like open source.
Correct.
Do you worry that people will be able to back out the parameters and the variables in your rating and then game it?
I mean, maybe to a degree. I think there's always a risk of that. I think a similar risk would also be present in like the way that S&P Capital IQ does traditional finance ratings and Moody's does traditional finance ratings. But we believe that based on our years of experience, that we've really created a perfect secret sauce and weighting of the various parameters that go into the algorithm.
Yeah, so I would say it is a lot different than like altering your leverage as a company.
Absolutely.
Like in DeFi, the sort of metrics that you're using are a lot more subject to manipulation. So what about competition from sort of decentralized ratings?
Yeah, so there's nothing necessarily on the market just yet. We do have a couple of backup slides here. So you may be familiar with some of these tools, but what we've realized is that these tools take time to learn. And essentially what are our key value proposition, maybe not even value proposition, but the key thing that we'd love to do for the Web3 community is to just provide a tool that's very quick to analyze and intuitive, right? So
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
So how do I know the system's any good?
So that's going to be part of some of our marketing to educate as we educate our users. So what we'd like to
Is
do.
there a back test?
Yes, exactly. That's look back test.
And was the model fit on data before the back test?
I mean, the model's still in development, but we are proving that out right now.
So my question is, do you fit the model in like 2021 and then run it in 22? Or do you fit in 2021 and 22 and run it in 2022?
We're looking across all the various time series to ensure
So
that.
is the validation of the model out of sample? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, that's a problem.
Thank you, Dr. Harvey. I do believe Brian Lee had a hand up next.
Yeah, quick question. Who's ultimately rating these apps? What's their incentive to do that? And what makes them qualified, like beyond the performance of various protocols? How do you handle for smart contract risk and things in the face of exploits?
Can you repeat the second part of that question real quick, please?
Yes. So the first part is like just who's rating the apps and what are their incentives to do so? And the second half is like, how do you account for things like smart contract risk?
Yeah, so who's doing it? It's an algorithm, so we baked into it complete objectivity. And then as far as smart contract risks, we're going to be using a lot of the on-chain metrics that are available to us to analyze whether or not this is risky based on, for example, the concentration of the amount of assets held by a select number of wallets to understand the various risks of whale movement within a particular contract.
Thank you so much, Brian. Adam, finish us off here.
Yeah, hey, great stuff. Is this a B2B product, or, I mean, I could see hedge funds using this, but I may not want a rating if I don't want people to know, or if I want to pump something, if I'm a rogue trader. So who do you see this going to?
Yes, we've actually already signed partnership agreements with one algorithmic blockchain or crypto trader, but also we do intend to release this to the everyday users of blockchain or crypto investors. So think about individuals that are heavily in the space, or also those individuals like curious millennials who like to experiment with this alternative asset class and be able to position themselves well over the long term. So really, it has two use cases: retail investors and also institutional investors.
All right, so thank you very much. Now it's more easy to judge where to send your money. All right, so yeah, can you unshare your screen? So
I'll take care of that.
Yeah, just stop sharing.
Thanks so much, Brian.
Yeah, and while we're changing here the scene, Javi, what have you collected during your high school years?
Sergey, I used to collect a lot of rocks, but that did not occur during my high school year. That was probably when I was much younger. And ever since my parents made me throw them all out because no one wants to move around with a box of rocks, I kind of gave up on collecting as a whole.
Okay, at some point you can build a house with those rocks. But folks during my school years, they really collected those cards like Magic the Gathering. And I was wondering if we can, still trade it, but sort of in 3D and also play it as a video game. Well, let's hear from Liam and Aradena what they have to say about all these collectibles and gamifying.
Hey guys, do you want me to share my pitch deck from my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone can share. So just populate your slide.
The time began. Should have been ready.
Sorry.
But yes, Aradena, Metaverse, Web3 gaming, lay it on us. Maybe you could give us a bit of an introduction while you're pulling it up.
Yeah, sorry, I just need to reset my my screen quickly. It was 2 seconds, sorry.
Don't apologize to me, apologize to the timer. Well then, we shall get that here any minute now.
Meeting Liam.
Yep.
Time.
Have you played any NFT games, Sergey?
Not recently. SEC is really hunting down all those NFTs and Bored Apes Club. So I'm not sure I should share it publicly.
Absolutely. Well, Liam's going to let us know here quickly on Aradena. We lost your screen, Liam.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, I know it was a bad way to start. So just to explain what we're doing. So what we're doing is we're trying to radically improve player experiences across gaming through 2 different pillars. One is innovative game designs and one is Web3 technologies. So the first thing that is very important about what we're doing is we're reimagining what digital trading card games can be. So digital trading card games, they have quite a stagnated game design. They're all very similar in terms of like cards come into your hand and then you play them onto a tabletop board. What we're doing is we're introducing a 3D hex battlefield. It takes inspirations from other types of games, strategy games like Civilization and Warhammer. What this does is it introduces movement and positioning into the game. So rather than just having cards at a table, there's actually a hex battlefield. When you put your card down, it turns into a 3D unit. It's much more visually immersive for the user, and it also introduces new layers of strategy around movement and positioning. And then what we're doing in terms of the Web3 elements is we are radically improving the player experience, mostly through true asset ownership. So I used to be a big Yu-Gi-Oh player, and I used to play traditional trading card games. When you buy packs from the store, those cards are kind of like the original NFTs in the sense that they have collectible value outside the game ecosystem. You can do what you want with them. You can trade with other players. When Hearthstone took the game digital in 2014, that was lost, and you can't actually trade with other players. Calling it a digital trading card game is very much a misnomer. So you can trade with other players in our game, and you can also upgrade and sell assets, and you can also earn from limited time skill-based events. We're not a play to earn game. We're a Web3 game that is using a very different type of economy. We have an in-game token, and then we also have an on-chain token, which is only available in limited time events. I know that the time has gone, so I don't know if you want me to carry on for 30 seconds or whether I can just go on to questions. That's absolutely fine if so.
Yeah, you have 5 minutes for the questions if judges allow you to.
Yeah, a lot of the judges were sent the presentation ahead of time. So if they have any questions or want to see anything else, I'm sure they'll ask you. So I'm sure we could take some questions now. Adam, first hand up.
Yeah, so hey, great stuff, Liam. I saw your list of investors, and trading card space pretty crowded. I love the hex aspect. Is there an idea to say, hey, beyond trading cards, we're going to do racing games, we're doing other things, or something within to bring movement to more static games?
Yeah, so in the long term, definitely that's what we're trying to do is we're trying to build out a game studio. But in the short term, our focus is completely on this brand, Aradena. So as a studio, our studio is called Litoja Labs. And we definitely have plans in the long term to build other game titles as well. I think the mentality of using innovative game designs, Web3 technologies to solve clear user pain points, and also implementing that with an innovative mindset, that can be reapplied across different genres. For us right now, the trading card game genre seems like the best use case for Web3 technologies. There's a lot of people in the space that are building games using Web3 tech, but they're doing it from like a technology first point of view than a user first point of view. They're not looking at the user pain points right now in the genre and then trying to solve that with the tech. They're just going, here's loads of tech and trying to make it work. And in some genres, Web3 tech just won't be that helpful. It won't really like, that's kind of the problem right now is gamers want a game. They want to play fun games. They don't really care what tech stack's behind it. So you've actually got a lot of what we do in terms of explaining the experience to players is also doing it in like gamified language. So we don't call them NFTs, we call them digital collectibles. Like we only talk about the benefits, not the actual tech behind it. Sorry, I distracted a little bit there, but to come back to your question, we will look at doing other genres as well, but for the next at least 12 months, we are fully committed to Aradina and the trading card game. We know how hard it is to make one very successful game without multiple, so.
Natalie, we'll hear from you next. Am I seeing?
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Liam. Really interesting and liked your deck. I'm kind of curious to hear what Aradina's competitive advantage really is. As I mentioned before, it's a pretty crowded space. So yeah, I would like you to kind of talk to that and maybe a bit of your go-to-market plan.
Yeah, sure. So in terms of the competitive landscape, there's already one big competitor who's come into the space and tried to validate the Web3 solution side of it. So that's Gods Unchained. They're made by Mutable X. So what they've basically done is they've kind of almost cloned Hearthstone's game design and then implemented these Web3 elements. So like they give true asset ownership, they give the ability to trade, they allow people to upgrade and sell assets, et cetera, and they offer owning opportunities. What they haven't done is they haven't offered anything new from a game design point of view. So there's two unique competitive advantages that we have over other people. In terms of in comparison to other Web2 games like Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering, a big part of it is the fact that people can actually own their assets and they can trade them. So a big part of traditional trading card games, like I said before, I used to be a big Yu-Gi-Oh player. Half the fun there is like being able to trade with other players, change your strategic options, et cetera, et cetera. That's completely lost in digital trading card games. And that's a big pain point for users at the moment that we're looking to solve. And then as well as that, in comparison to other Web3 alternatives that already exist, like Gods Unchained, it's large innovation in the actual game design. So coming back to this slide here, we're looking to combine the sort of proven deck building mechanics with new, like a completely new game design, really. There's no one else in the space that has already done this. So it is very, very unique in that sense.
Awesome.
We have a question from Cam.
Oh, one more, sorry.
So two questions, actually. You mentioned a committed community. Can you give me a little more detail on that? Like, what is the size of that community? And I'm assuming you've got lots of feedback from the community. And the second question has to do with the NFT trading. How is that actually done? What platform is used for that?
Yeah, sure. So coming to the first question, community sizes at the moment is about 30,000 on Twitter, about 10,000 on Discord. We've already had 2 live product launches out this year. So if you were to go to aradina.io and you were to click play, you would come onto like a 3D world map, and you can you don't need to log in or anything. You can start seeing it already. And basically what people can do is they can use their warriors to go on gamified quests. Those quests right now, basically the value proposition for players and early adopters is that they can start to upgrade their warriors and they can start to build out their deck before the game comes about. And we have like about 500 monthly active users on that at the moment. And we've not spent anything on marketing since we've been a company. We put everything completely into development. The community size is continuing to grow fairly organically. In terms of commitment, what I would say is that there's like maybe like 100 die-hard like fans in the community who are just in the Discord every day and just like they help us to build, right? They literally give us feedback on anything whenever. They build with us.
Your question, the second answer to the question in like 10-15 seconds.
Yeah, the NFTs will be tradable on our own in-house marketplace as well as OpenSea and also Magic Eden.
Great. Thank you so much, Liam and Aradina.
Yeah.
Very much cool new game.
Yeah, looking forward to playing it. So, Javi, do you recycle?
I try to recycle anytime that I can, but honestly, Sergey, it is difficult. Sometimes the trash can is very far away.
Yeah, and it's also, I'm always unsure whether I should recycle the coffee cup or not. Sometimes it's recyclable, so sometimes it's not. But you know, you can get compensated for recycling. And
tell me more.
And the team from Tergo is gonna show us how we can benefit from recycling, not only us, but also big corporations.
Very excited to hear from Turgo. Thank you so much. You guys have the floor. Hopefully you guys are ready to share. And just in case, up next, we will be having Ludiverse. You guys can prepare.
You're there. Yes.
Excellent.
Okay, excellent. Hello, everyone. As Eco Game Changers, we are here to fight with climate change and save the planet. However, we found out lately that this reason is not good enough to close the deal. So I will share some bullet points with you about our company, scalability, market needs, and traction. My name is Ewelina Sasin, this is Tui, and we are proud female founders of Tergo. What distinguishes us is a full stack approach in the carbon footprint market. We cover all 3 steps to net zero: measuring, reducing, and offsetting emissions. And each part of our business is scalable in a different way. To speak about carbon footprint, we have to start with measuring. Tergo has already developed a set of automated calculators based on the GHG protocol, ISO, and PAS standards. And we have tools dedicated for flights, event, and individuals. But in terms of traction, the most important one is Tergo Scope, carbon footprint calculator for companies in a subscription model. The demand for our product is growing rapidly all over the world. And this is because of ESG strategies, tenders, and legislation. In the next month, Tergo will launch pilot program with 2 major Polish banks, and our Tergo Scope will be introduced to their corporate clients. This B2B2B model is a great leverage for our traction and gives us an access to base of thousands business clients, and there are many other channels of distribution worldwide. The second step towards carbon neutral future is reduction, and here comes our biggest innovation. Terbit is an app that changes the attitude to offsets. For the first time, individuals will be able to generate carbon credits through their eco choices. For example, if you choose bike, walking, or public transport instead of your car, you will save particular amount of CO2. Terbit's algorithm will convert saved emissions into TERS, true emissions reduction, and the most innovative kind of carbon credits on the voluntary market. In the future, our users will be able to tokenize TERS and sell them on the Tergo market, a fully transparent marketplace of carbon credits based on the blockchain technology. On top of that, we have introduced Terbit as an eco HR program to our corporate clients, and we received great feedback. And Terbit app can be used all over the world by companies and individuals. The last step is offsetting. All scientific analyses claim that net zero goal set for 2050 is not possible without carbon offsets. We have launched our own agroforestry project, from which we have 1 million high-quality carbon credits.
You at time, if judges allow you to finish up some of the things that you deem important, you can. Otherwise, we'll go into the questions.
Any questions here, Dr. Harvey?
So there are many different sources of data for carbon emissions. You mentioned scope 1, scope 2, scope 3. Are you kind of sourcing all of that data, or is it a different method? And how do you verify people will want to gain this to earn the tokens? So it seems very expensive to verify.
Okay, so from the first part of the question, we have different scopes, 1, 2, and 3, and it's the scopes are companies' emissions. So we have a GHG protocol, ISO and PAS standards, and we cover all algorithms and patterns to calculate carbon footprint. When we speak about TERS, this is verified by all function by smartphones, accelerometer, gyroscope, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and identified localization models.
Verify. Great. Thank you. Natalie?
Hi. Yeah, great pitch. Thanks for that. I'm curious to know, kind of, you mentioned B2B is your client base, but who within that? Can you talk a bit more as to who that is and how large that segment is and how you're intending to reach them?
Of course, because of CSRD directive, Corporate Social Reporting Directive, big companies needs to report their emissions now. And by 2026, every company employing more than 10 people will report their level of emissions. And this B2B2B model is in case of banks now, and they will give access to carbon footprint manager into account of their companies. So we get access direct to the corporate and the business clients. On top of that, we have B2B model, and you can just buy an access to our tool via our website and just calculate a carbon footprint in all 3 scopes, including Terbit. So the automate tool to calculate, for example, traveling to work by employees.
So I'd like to also add to as well is that on the current market with competitors, there are measuring other software programs that measure the scope 1, 2, and 3. What makes it different is our Turbit, right? Being able to have carbon credits generated from human behavior, and that is within our Turgle scope. And so that's what really makes us different on the off-chain, and connecting it to the on-chain. All the life cycles of all the TERs and VERs that are created in our ecosystem is
One more question
recorded
from
on the blockchain.
in the last minute and a half.
Yeah, so I think I get this, that your algorithm is tracking human activity rather than companies. Is that correct?
Companies calculate carbon footprint via our Turgo scope, carbon footprint calculator. And the Terbit is something different. This is the app. These are 2 products.
Yeah.
This is reducing emissions from the
problem in this space is that you've got many people calculating scope 1, scope 2, scope 3 rating for companies, and the correlation of the ratings is pretty low. So I guess I just don't have a sense of how your ratings compare to others.
For example, one of our bank has 50,000 of companies, 50,000 corporate clients in their base. So we already have 50,000 clients there, if I understand right.
Yeah. I guess the question is, what is the quality of the rating? I don't know what the quality is.
The quality of
companies, but what about the quality?
I guess I don't understand the quality of the reading.
The actual measurement of whatever carbon emission, that differs across different providers. And I can't tell where yours actually fits in.
Okay, so so the Turbit is the first in-setting tool that actually companies can track, measure their scope 3 and 1 emissions within their organization, right? So other measuring tools, software tools, they just have basically like surveys that they send out, and everybody kind of writes, their
understanding, because scope 3, what that has to do with is, for example, Tesla has a worse rating than Ford in scope 2. Which is extraordinary, but in scope 3, it's different because Tesla in the future will kind of save carbon more so than Ford. So it's like a battery manufacturer might have a very poor score, but in the scope 3, it's different. So
so our technology is there's a baseline, right? So a carbon credit is it's not
Thank you so much, Evelina. Maybe you can point us to something on some website or some resources to follow up on that, but we do need to move forward. Thank you so much. I love the idea. Hopefully we can get the applications off the ground. Yes. Up next,
I will definitely walk by foot back home from tonight's session, and
I ride a scooter every day, so
And you
I'd be
would
full of
earn,
Turgos
and
right
you
now.
would earn TERS.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would challenge Javi and everyone here to do the same. And Ludiverse will help us with that.
Excellent. As you can see, this is going to be our follow-up lineup, so people can be prepared and have their presentations ready by the time it's their turn and help us move along a little faster.
Thank you very much, guys. Do you see my screen? Can I
Yes.
start?
Yes.
All right, amazing. Thanks. So what is Ludiverse? Ludiverse is a Web3 social app where people can create or participate in challenges and contests and earn rewards. So let me give you an example. We're speaking with Adidas. Imagine Adidas creating a running challenge where people have to run as fast as possible from point A to point B in a big city, like in New York, and Adidas is offering $5,000 to the winners. Imagine how many people will participate, because $5,000 is a lot of money for the people, but for a brand like Adidas is nothing. It's like if Adidas does an Instagram campaign, they would spend like $5,000. It would give them like 5,000 visits, because the average cost per click in North America is $1. But for the people, like you would have thousands of participants in such a challenge. So you would reach hundreds of thousands of people. So which means for the brand, amazing visibility. It would engage their audience, and we can also drive people to store, meaning like we can bring people exactly in the location the brands want. And also for the user, instead of giving $5,000 to Meta, we give the $5,000 to the people. So here we have a real motivation, and also the motivation to have a healthy lifestyle. So our product is a social map where people can easily create contests and challenges in a few steps, and also earn crypto by winning or creating challenges. And we have also a lot of interaction between users. They can keep up with friends. They can meet people based on mutual interest. They can discover the content created during challenges. And when onboarding, every new user has a single token wallet with a stable coin in USDC. So that's the phase 1 of our product. About the phase 2, we'll have a lot of users on the map. So Ludiverse map will become a kind of monopoly 3.0, where people will be able to purchase pieces of land, so on the Ludiverse map, and in return, they will get an NFT. So the NFT will be the title deeds of this particular piece of land on Ludiverse map. And we have a lot of utilities attached to it. They will be able to advertise in this particular location. They will be able to create challenges in this particular location. They will be able to trade those NFT, and of course, to rent it out to other people if they want to create a challenge in this particular location. And also they can boost sales, create meetups, and display NFT arts in the future. Speaking about the Ludi token, we'll have a major challenge because Ludiverse is user-generated content. So the major challenge we'll be facing will be content management. So in order to solve this problem, the Ludiverse token will play an important role in the decentralized governance of the platform. So the stake for token, sorry.
Yeah, no problem, Julian. Thank you so much. Again, don't worry. Your pitch deck has been spread out to all the judges, so they have been able to take a look. And as you can see, you got some questions ready to go. I think I saw.
All right,
Adam's hand pop up.
let's go.
I feel like I was on Jeopardy. Sorry, Brian, I beat you to it. I'll go fast. So if this is, I really like the challenge aspect. We won't get into the moat part of it yet. And I'm not so sold on the metaverse side of it. I think there's too much competition. I'm curious on the gambling side of this. Say I want to not be in a challenge, but I'd like to gamble on somebody else's challenge. Are you going to activate that immediately? Because that I might do.
All right, this is a super interesting point. We have to also make sure we can match with the regulation of the country we operate in, but betting on people will be a feature we'll be developing in the future. Because actually the big influencers, the big bloggers, they don't want to participate in challenge themselves, but they want to encourage participants, and they can support the people, so they will be able to bet on people and share the rewards afterwards.
Yeah, I really like that direction, by the way.
Brian.
So phase 2 is kind of contingent on the success of phase 1, it looks like. So if we're talking about phase 1 specifically, you're having people win rewards. What happens when people begin realizing or feeling like they can't win that many rewards? Like they do a couple challenges, they never win. do those users drop off? How do you retain those users?
All right. So first of all, we have a lot of interaction between user. So you have the challenges, but you also, all the users are live on Ludiverse map. So you can meet people who are sharing the same interest with you. So it's a user interface very similar to Pokemon Go, actually. So you have a lot of things going around your map. And actually, the challenges are not only to win rewards, because we're speaking, for example, with NGOs. On NGOs, the use case is collect waste in the park, clean the beaches. So encourage people to do good deeds. We're also speaking with life coach or with trainer in order to give their client tasks every day without rewards, just like self-motivation tool, basically.
Cool.
Great. Adam, do you have another question or is that just stuff from last time? No? Okay, great. Anything here? Dr. Harvey?
Yeah, so I also like the phase one, and the metaverse thing doesn't seem to be really, just the case is not clear why your land will be any more valuable than all of the other metaverse platforms, especially as a startup. So I guess I'm wondering about the competitive landscape for this. So it seems like any of these decentralized social media platforms could exactly copy what you're doing.
Well, we do not have direct competitors at the moment. I mentioned Pokemon Go because the UX is very similar to Pokemon Go. I have to mention Snapchat and Zenly, which is a French startup they acquired a few years ago, which actually became in the past quite popular. And speaking about phase two and the land NFT, I can mention OVR or Over the Reality, which has been selling land NFTs in the past couple of months. And they've been doing okay without real strategy because they sold the entire world at once.
Okay, so thank you very much. I really want to challenge you, Javi, on having 100 push-ups.
Right now?
Maybe afterwards, you know, and turn it into an NFT for sure. By the way, do you have some NFTs?
I have quite a few NFTs. Most of them are cat related.
Okay, and what do you do with them?
I look at them and wish I could have not bought them.
All right. Our next project is Fijify. That has something to do with NFTs. And I know that Jan previously he built a project that let you get a mug with your NFT on it.
Nice.
How cool is that?
Absolutely. In a world of digital assets, why wouldn't I want a mug?
Yes, because you have to drink from something, not from your hands.
Of course, of course.
Okay, so
Should have drink.
Jan, you're up and you have 3 minutes.
I hope you all can see my screen.
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Jan Schumeister. I'm based in Zurich, Switzerland, and I'm excited to present you today Fijify, a Web3 e-commerce platform for NFT monetization. Assuming that you all had a look at our presentation, I would like to get straight to the point and explain how our project is fulfilling a demand of the NFT and Web3 community and why our business model basically works. At Fijify, we are merging two successful business units. The one is the global print on demand. The one is a global print on demand business model with a size of 4.9 billion in 2021. And the other one is the NFT market segment with a sales volume of 24.9 billion. With Fijify, we fulfill the need of NFT holders to profit from their commercial and IP rights. As of now, there is no other project allowing NFT monetization while respecting at the same time the ownership rights and the NFT culture as we do. All of this is being done through our MetaMask verification process and strict participation rules. Also, through a holistic fulfillment service, Fijify gives to all customer segments of the NFT space, to holders, to traders, and NFT projects the opportunity to profit, with 3 different functions applying to each segment: Fijify, monetize, and engage. Let me explain you those quickly in detail. The Fijify function is for individuals, like I would be, for example, for collectors and holders, which want to represent their NFT in real life by printing them on quality merchandise like hoodies, like t-shirts, caps, etc. The second function is the monetize function for NFT entrepreneurs. They can offer their NFTs and profit with each sale every time their NFT is paired with merch. And the engage function is for projects. NFT projects can benefit from Fijify fulfillment service and provide their community with quality merchandise. On top of the fulfillment service, we have added the Web3 layer with an innovative smart contract to ensure direct revenue distribution after every sale. NFT projects are one after the other waiving their commercial rights as well currently. And Fijify is there to give NFT holders a possibility to profit from those. Until recently, only celebrities and wealthy holders had the means to brand their NFTs, like Eminem and Snoop Dogg, as you might heard about it. They did it with their Bored Ape, or a holder opened a restaurant bought in Hungary. We are unlocking this possibility even for the smaller collectors by providing them with an effortless and free solution to monetize their NFTs and earn passive income with each sale through their very own Web3 shop. We are not reinventing the wheel here. We are using successful and proven business models and bring them together into one-of-a-kind Web3 experience that everyone can benefit from. Being ourselves NFT holders, traders, and owning our own NFT project, we soon realize that it can be quite challenging for small projects and NFT holders to monetize their NFTs. This is how Fijify was born, with a vision to use the market opportunity to cover the NFT space with a holistic fulfillment service. I hope you guys enjoyed our presentation, and in case of any questions, happy to answer those.
Yeah, that was exactly three.
We didn't get to hit it.
I trained a lot, guys. I tried to keep it.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Jan, do we have any questions from our esteemed judges? Dr. Harvey.
So can you elaborate as to what you mean by ownership rights and what your role is in that? This is a global technology, and it's just not clear how we enforce the ownership rights. It's a general question in the NFT space, but given that this venture is in that space, you must have thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Currently, there is a possibility, for example, to go to a normal printer and just send them a JPEG or just upload your picture without even verifying that you really own it as an NFT. So you're disrespecting the NFTs currently. What we are doing, we are only enable people to monetize and to Fijify their NFT that they hold in their wallet. And this is being done for sure through a MetaMask process where people have to connect and verify that they have this NFT in their wallet. And this is an ownership verification for sure.
Okay, so basically what you're saying, the way I interpret that, you can prove that you own the NFT, right? That's kind of obvious, right, with any crypto. I guess my question is whether the underlying image, let's say, is actually owned by you.
Yes, but if you
a different question.
Yeah, you only own it if you have it in your wallet. So you cannot just have another asset in your wallet without buying them and purchasing them before. So this is the whole process behind it.
Great. Brian.
Your deck mentions that you guys are building a lot of your payment rails on Avalanche. Why wouldn't you build it on Solana, Polygon, or Ethereum, where the bulk of NFT collections are?
That's certainly a good question. And I only build it on Avalanche currently because, first of all, Avalanche is very scalable because of the fees. So we want to keep the fees very low. And on the other side, I've been on Avalanche network since the very beginning. So I have there some community that I could use for our project.
I mean, that sort of makes sense, but things like Solana and Polygon also have low fees and better crypto fiat on-ramps. And it's where the communities actually live.
Yeah, I mean, for now, the Avalanche community is very evolving. I don't think that this is a community that has not enough, how to say, NFT enthusiasts. And on top of that, it's not the smart contract is built on Avalanche, but you can Fijify your NFT from Binance Smart Chain, from Polygon, as well from Ethereum, from Phantom, and from Kronos even. So we are covering everything, but the smart contract itself is built on Avalanche. So this has nothing to do basically with the clients.
Got it. And then just to go back to Campbell Harvey's question, like the issue with ownership, not saying you own or don't own the NFT, but I think he was talking more about the licensing rights of the teams behind those NFTs. Like, how do you verify things like that?
We know, for example, there is a public list with a project that waive their rights to their holders. For sure, this is one point. And as I showed in the bigger deck, you see that we started currently with the onboarding of projects. And based on the onboarding of the projects, we understand and will red flag the contract if this project allows the NFT, their holders to monetize it or not. That's why we started to onboard first projects instead of individuals.
All right. Thank you very much, Jan.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. All right, Harry, let's put some of those sad cats NFT collections that you have into work. And Multiverse Play will help us with that.
Yeah, hopefully I can get them to fetch or something, fetch me some tokens. But yeah, I'm really excited, really enjoying all these NFT projects so far, learning about the metaverse. Up next, we're going to be hearing from, like you said, Metaverse Play, and you will be able to stake your NFTs here to earn games. So I can stake my kitties and get some stuff, maybe. Let's find out.
Hello, okay, this is Jeremy. I'm representing Multiverse Play, and we are decentralized intelligent platform for Web3 X to earn. So the reason we define X can represent a lot of behavior and actions. And what we solve the problem, we found the market have a serial problem of like the lack of connection between the assets holder and also the players, and it's a lack of efficiency to do the matchmaking and between two parties. And there is now a platform to help them and utilize the assets efficiently, and also to let the player find the right targets easily. So that's what we are targeting to solve this problem. And we call it smart to earn. And the reason it's smart is because we want to use our platform to connect the NFT holders. It's not the normal NFT holders. Sometimes we found the game assets holders and also the NFT assets holders. It's mostly 2% of the people hold 80% of the whole assets. It's most of 2% of the is a big whale, and we want to deliver their assets and to the players, and it's kind of called the stock scholar, and to help their assets utilize and to make money in this market. And that's why we designed this platform. It's kind of like a task matching platform. It's have several benefits for a different role in this market. Firstly, for the NFT holders, you can get the maximum return. And we've done the cooperation with the Steppen, and our team is operate the Steppen scholar in China, Great China area, and also Southeast Asia. We help them generate this a very big amount of revenue and during the bear market. And the second, we will help the earning players, the scholar, especially we have several channels from the Web2 gamer, and to help them lower the entry level barrier and let them get in touch with the Web3 gaming industry. So that's the second role we will help with, and we will onboard to this platform. The third one I want to mention is a developer. Actually, it's they will create and make. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. Again, the judges did get to see your pitches, as did I. And I think it's cool. I mean, I used to be a part of an organization called Buos, which is very similar. It's that idea of connecting the NFT holder with the gamer. So very excited to hear about questions from our judges. Dr. Harvey.
Yeah, maybe you can elaborate in terms of the claim that you're maximizing returns. And then number two, make long-term and steady returns. What sort of evidence can you use to convince me of steady returns in this incredibly volatile space?
Yeah, so let me take Steppen as the example. So it's a very familiar scenario, like a running to earn, and we found they need the consistently user to help this scenario to run over, and we help them to generate the revenue like 600,000 per month during the bear market in the first quarter of this year, and I think this is pretty good revenue for them. And we found there's always a way to utilize this user to get them on board, because you need to have the certain structure to help the user to connect other users, and to make them to be clear about how this game and will help them to earn the credits or earn the money. So that's what we designed this whole structure.
So what about the steady returns? What are you talking? 90% volatility?
Oh, sorry?
But what do you mean by steady returns?
Yeah, so the steady returns is from the Web2 gamers, and also we will charge a certain amount of fee. It's kind of like custodian fee and management fee from the NFT holders.
So I guess it's steady returns for a project. Okay, Brian, question for you.
What's preventing a lot of these products from introducing their own in-app rental system?
It's the project, their own issue is they don't have that certain value generating system, and if you give they only use their own, like for example, one game, and they only have the one certain grant system. It's hard to attract the user like on their platform, and accumulate the user base. But when a lot of game onboard to the platform, and the user, I mean the new gamer, will have more choice to choose and match different games, because right now we found the Web3 game, they have a certain life cycle, and some of the game will die probably within 2 or 3 months, and we will catch the data and from the market, and always onboard the new game to the users.
Great.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully we're still going in a couple months, not like those Web3 games. Speaking of which, let's move on quickly to our next project, our second to last project. It's going to be the meme market, aka Sergey. Have you ever made a meme before?
I did not, but I love them very much, and I'm curious whether we have Eric here with us or not, because I haven't seen them, so it might be a meme in itself. They didn't show up on the pitch session.
The meme was the meme market. Excellent. So then Horizon Land, are you guys ready to maybe show us something a little less memey and give us your take on the immersive social metaverse app that you guys are creating?
Yeah, so instead of purchasing a meme, we can purchase some land in the metaverse.
Yep. Very excited to hear about Horizon Land. You got rights to share and throw it up when you're ready. Judges, remember to keep up your voting. Voting links have been open this whole time, so just start wrapping up your final thoughts and getting your organizations in. So once Horizon Land is done, you guys can give them your voting, and we can move on to the results.
Yeah, last but not least project.
Yeah, so I guess you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah. So for Horizon Land Metaverse, we are building a social metaverse application that we can provide exclusive, entertaining experience and mean to help players to monetize their ownership of virtual property. We have a complete ecosystem of game, virtual university, entertainment show, and social events also. And we're not alone. We already team up with about 80 projects, both Web2 and Web3, to enrich our ecosystem, and we can bring diverse experience to our user. So here I have the video. Yeah, you can see, yeah, this is everyone, people can use their NFT avatar to represent them in the metaverse. So this avatar you see here is can be modified as well to reflect user own personality. And then after that, they are free to join all the activity in the metaverse. Like here, they can join our game center with multiple game and win diverse rewards in our game center. Here, people just come to it and they enter to the game center. And we have here. Yeah, and because we want to foster the development and the sustainability of the game industry we equip players with tools and environment to immerse themselves in various gameplay and the ability to contribute to and get reward from the metaverse, because we have built a tool to help users build their own gameplay and their asset also. And then one of the special things that help us stand out from other rivals, that we build virtual university village in our metaverse. So we partner with international university to build virtual university inside the metaverse and provide educational program with the real university to onboard young and creative creator and builder to Horizon Land. Sorry. Yeah, and furthermore, we also have many other entertaining events like virtual music, fashion show, and social party exhibition, just like in real life. We want to bring player a decentralized platform that can facilitate authentic ownership, interoperability, and the monetization capability. So in Horizon Land, we simulate and enhance the real world. We eliminate the physical obstacle and open many world-scale business opportunity to everyone all at one place. And we already partner with, as I said before, with game project, university, show, singer, actor also.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Horizon Land. Very cool video. Any questions, Sujay?
Yeah, what's the differentiator between like your platform and Decentraland? Because it seems like you guys have a lot of similarities between like, people allowing to, trade tokens or build their own character and attend like live concerts, but like Decentraland has over $1 billion in funding, yet only, a few hundred users on a daily basis. So what do you think is your differentiator to actually have a solid active user base?
I think both all of the metaverse have the same problem about the real use case of the metaverse and how to retain the user loyalty to the metaverse. And for our project, we want to acquire not just crypto user but also non-crypto user. So you can see it's really super easy to understand with friendly interface for everyone. So people can join our metaverse with a MetaMask or a wallet or a Gmail, and they can communicate, interact, entertain, and contribute just like in real life. And also we are a very rare project that's come up with a complete ecosystem. We have game, virtual university, and we build the virtual university inside the metaverse. So like if you just partner with the university, maybe they won't collaborate because they don't want their students to involve in game or cryptocurrency. But like we build the virtual university to train their students about blockchain, about the metaverse. So in that way, we get creator and builder come to build the metaverse with us, and then in return they get reward from what they own, because I like the gameplay and the assets that come as an NFT. So we have many programs to involve non-crypto user and show them the real use case of the metaverse. So that's how we can retain the user loyalty.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
We are waiting for scores from Brian for all the projects. Otherwise, we are ready to announce the winner. Brian, did you have a last question for Horizon Land?
Awesome, thank you.
I saw a hand. If it was from the last.
I think Ryan may have had the same question as Sujay, is what I am presuming.
Okay, then.
Very valid question. I had the same one. Brian, let us know your votes, and then I think we'll be able to.
Yeah, I can actually, see the winner, but let's make it a little bit a mystery. So let's ask the judges, like Adam, who's your favorite?
I mean, you want me to just throw that out there, huh?
Yeah.
I think based on my voting, it was between Aradena and Ludiverse.
Okay.
I'm more of a tools person, so I really wanted to hear meme market, to be candid. But we didn't get that, so I lowered my score based on them not showing up. But yeah.
Got it. So Jay,
honestly, Adam, we have the same answer. Like for me, it's like tied with Aradena and Ludiverse. I gave Aradena a slight edge because, I mean, at least for me, especially as a gamer, like while the Discord is reasonably sized at like 9,500 members, but really what you need is like your diehard fans, and honestly, having 100 is very difficult. So the fact that they have that is already a very promising signal.
Brian, want to share your?
I want to say that I think what the Terrago team is building, especially on the consumer side, is very interesting because there's a huge undersupply in carbon credit markets. I do think you're trying to do everything at once, which is very, very challenging as a startup. But the aspect of potentially having companies being able to factor their employees' carbon offsets into their kind of broader look at what their emissions are is really interesting.
And Natalie, let us know as well what you thought about our competitors today.
Yes, same camp as Brian there. Really interested in Tergo's, what they're building there. Kind of want to learn more about it because I'm not super educated in that area, but just think it's really differentiated and think you guys have a lot of potential.
Excellent. Right. Without further ado, should we go from 3, 2, 1 or just reveal the winner?
No, I'm gonna go from the third place.
Of course, gotta build up that suspense. Not that we're over time or anything, but yes, let's go. In third place, Sergey.
Yeah, we are in academia with school, so the time is not the limit. So the third place is Metafied.
Congratulations, Metafied.
To Frank, and
Thanks, guys.
That's your first speech, right? So
yeah,
good start. So the second place is what is it? Ludiverse. Congratulations, guys. Phase
Thank
2,
you.
phase 1.
Thank you very much, guys.
And the first place is, I think it's almost unanimously, is Aradena. So Liam, congrats on.
I'm sorry about the poor start.
No problem. So you'll get to pitch on the national level. I'll send you some links and details, and congrats on that prize. As for the competition, we're gonna hold the next one in November. So please refer projects that should be roasted here with Camp Harvey. He sent his regards. He's one of those who really gets directly to the feedback. So thank you very much for taking time in our competition. Thank you to Javi, thank you to judges, and let's hear from us soon.
Thank you, guys. If any of the judges want to connect afterwards, I'd love to connect on LinkedIn, can send you more information, and would love to discuss further.
Absolutely. We'll facilitate this.
Another second thank you to all of our judges for coming here, spending some time with us today, taking a look at these projects, and we look forward to continue these events going forward, building up the blockchain network here at Duke and getting as many people involved as possible. So thank you guys all so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
Ciao, ciao.
Hey everyone, bye.
Thank you very much, guys. Take care.